So I started turning my poetry into rhymes, and I actually didn't take it serious yet until some years later. My cousin wanted to form a group, and he reached out to me, and that's what we did. And he's also the one who named me Lady Lunatic. So,
really?
Yeah. And rest in peace to him because he died, but I hope I'm doing him justice with this name, Lady Lunatic.
Just something that you had to just happen to pick up on, and he just touched on it, or?
Yes. He knew I was writing rhymes, and so he asked to hear me, and I let him hear me, and so we would do like, small shows around town. It was me, him, and it was another guy named Chuck Mello. What's up if you're listening? And we called ourselves Lincoln Heights because we were from the Lincoln Courts.
Heights, yeah.
Yes. And we would do, different showcases and stuff. And, I knew I had a little something, but I didn't realize, how good he thought I was until we were at a show and the show was over and, a bunch of guys were talking and I was standing outside the door. They didn't know I was outside the door. Really? So, they were spouting out names of the greatest female artists, and all of that. And my cousin said, no, you know who the greatest female artist is? And they were like, who? And he was like, Lady Lunatic. And I said, oh my God, he really thinks I'm that good. Maybe I got something here. So I stayed with him for a while.
Yeah.
I stayed with him. I recorded my first couple of songs with him. And he ended up getting in trouble. And he got on the monitor, and you know what that does. Yeah. That kind of puts a dent in everything. So while he was on that monitor, that's when I got with Southern Merchandise.
So when did Southern Merchandise begin?
I'll say in the late 90s. In the late 90s. And it was totally by chance. I wasn't looking to do anything. I grew up with Homer. And Black was already rapping. And also Black happens to be Stud's cousin too. So everybody is family. Everybody's been knowing each other. And one day I saw Homer and he said, Tiff, I heard you can rap. And I said, oh yeah, I do a little something. He said, let me hear. So I spit something for him. And he said, hey, I would like to get something together with you and Black. And we had a meeting, us three. Black came up with the name, Southern Merchandise. And the rest is history. Yeah.
Have you always had an interest in music?
Oh, I love music. I'm a music lover. I love rap. I love R&B. I love soft rock. I love rock. I have, so many different playlists on my phone with the different genres. Yes. Oh my God, Motown, the oldies. I grew up on music. Like my dad, that's all he played around the house. So yeah, I've always been a music lover.
Man.
Yes.
The typical story of grew up in the church singing in choir, that type of thing?
No.
No?
No. Mine was more of living in the projects, but it was safe then. Everyone knew each other.
Right.
So living in the projects and the music blasting, from each apartment or whatever. Because even though it looked like it looked on the outside, when you step into someone's home, you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the projects. You couldn't tell it because they made it seem like a home for us. So yeah, with the music and hey man, it's food cooking. So that's how it was for me.
Like a true neighborhood, like a true community.
Oh yes, a true community. Yeah. Everybody watches out for each other. If you're being bad or you're stealing, I'm gonna whoop you, and they're gonna whoop you next door until you get home.
All down the line.
Whooped again.
Memories.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and get into a little music from you and Black the Young Gun.
Yes.
Real as shit? Is that
Yes.
cool? Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into that. Stay tuned. We got more coming up right here on the Urban Suite, KMOD, My Snap Radio.